What's up everybody, Jared here with carbuzz.com, and today I am bringing you a first drive review of the 2023 Cadillac Lyriq. This is an all-new, all-electric SUV from Cadillac, and in this video I'm going to give you my first driving impressions. We have a full walk-around review of this car already up on the channel, link in the description below. Be sure to check that out if you want to see more details about the interior, the back seat, the trunk. In this video, it's mostly going to be our drive impressions, but I am going to give you a abbreviated walk around. So we have very unique styling here on the Lyriq, lots of cool stuff with this grille and with the lighting elements. It's definitely striking looking in person. 22-inch wheels as standard. There's only one trim level that you can get on the Lyriq right now as they launch it, which I kind of like how they do that. We have this really unique side profile here. This is based on GM's Ultium platform, the same one that underpins things like the Hummer and the upcoming Chevrolet Equinox. We've got some unique design elements like these flush door handle buttons that you push and then it'll eject the door open so that you can just kind of grab it and get in. Here at the back is where the styling is the most unique. You have this really interesting wraparound taillight design that kind of comes all the way up to the C-pillar here. I've never seen anything quite like it, and at night it looks extremely cool. I absolutely love that. Here on the inside, you're getting a lot of really nice features here on the Lyriq, including these heated and ventilated massaging seats. The massage is not that great, but it is nice that it does come as standard. This one has this kind of light interior with this nice blue piping here, and these are speakers in the headrests because you get a standard 19 speaker AKG audio system that sounds fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the door so that we can cease that beeping. We do get Cadillac's hands-free Super Cruise technology standard here. I'll talk a little bit more about that as we get it out on the road. We have this really nice 33-inch curved OLED screen. It's a 9K resolution. You have your main touch screen here. You have your gauges and stuff in here, and then you have some controls to change the gauge cluster over here. All in all, I'd say that this is a really cool, really nice open cabin with a lot of space. But like I said at the opening, there is a video that will show you more of this. In this video, we're just focused on getting this Lyriq out on the road. So let's go. All right, now let's get behind the wheel of the 2023 Cadillac Lyriq. And I'm gonna start by giving you all the facts and figures that are important to know for this car. So there's only one battery pack. It's 100 kilowatt hours, which is pretty comparable to what you'll find in a lot of electric vehicles these days. Some do a little smaller, some do a little larger. And the one we're driving is the rear wheel drive version. It's gonna be the only one that you can get at launch. Produces 340 horsepower and 325 pound-feet of torque from a rear electric motor. So this is a rear wheel drive vehicle. Later on in the Lyriq's life cycle, I believe later this year or possibly early next year, they will offer an all-wheel drive version. That's going to add an electric motor at the front, giving you an extra 160 horsepower and all-wheel drive, bringing the total figure up to 500 horsepower. I'm really curious to drive that because I think that the Lyriq feels reasonably quick with 340 horsepower, but with 500 it could feel like a rocket ship. And it's only $2,000 to upgrade to get all-wheel drive and 160 extra horsepower. So honestly, I think that's probably the way I would go. There aren't many gas-powered vehicles on sale today that you can, let alone getting 160 extra horsepower, but also getting all-wheel drive thrown in. That's an absolute bargain. Now, the rear-wheel drive model that we're driving has a 312-mile driving range. We don't know how much all-wheel drive is going to impact that range figure. I'm sure it's going to cut it down a little bit, almost certainly below the 300-mile range point, but you're getting all-wheel drive and you're getting more power. So that is a trade-off you might be willing to make. Now, in terms of how the Lyriq drives, Cadillac has talked a lot about its passive suspension here that reacts to various road surfaces. I would call it comfortable. It's more comfortable than a Tesla Model Y, for example. It's certainly not the softest luxury car that I've ever driven, but I'm pretty pleased with the ride. Obviously, we have a low center of gravity because this is the Ultium platform where the batteries are in the floor, so it doesn't pitch and roll too much when you throw it into corners, but the Lyriq is definitely not a performance sporty driving experience. It is definitely tuned more towards comfort. We do have a sport mode. I don't think it does all that much, or at least I'm not really feeling it through the wheel or through the pedal. It makes the throttle response a little bit sharper, but again, like I said, not really aiming for that sporty experience here. We do have one pedal driving that I think works very well. If you don't like the feeling of one pedal, but you still want to have some very powerful regen, we have this paddle here, and you can pull it either very lightly and you can get some light regen, or if you really pull it heavily, it will bring this car to a full stop. It takes a little bit of getting used to. I definitely haven't had enough time with the car that I've been able to use it smoothly, but it is kind of an interesting integration that Cadillac has put here, and it's unique from what I've experienced in some other electric vehicles. Now, charging. Cadillac is going to give you for free a level 1 charger that you can plug into a normal household outlet, and that same plug also has a level 2 adapter, so if you happen to have like a washer or dryer outlet in your garage, you should be able to get pretty reasonably quick charging even without having to have somebody come out and install something into your garage. That being said, when you buy one of these early Lyriqs, you are going to get a really good charging deal. So they are going to give you a $1,500 credit towards a Qmerit charger at your home. Now that's going to get you up to 19.2 kilowatt charging. So basically you'll be able to add about 52 miles in 1 hour. I think that the regular level 2 adapter that they're giving you might give you a little less than half that. So 52 miles in 1 hour at home is a really nice, nice level to be at. Or if you already have a home charger and you're like, oh, I don't really need another one, you can take 2 years of complimentary charging. That's through EVgo. So a really nice charging deal from Cadillac there. Not a lot of other automakers are offering such a comprehensive charging deal when you buy their cars and throwing in a cable that you can bring with you when you travel. Now, in terms of peak charging speeds, Cadillac says on a DC fast charger, you're going to be getting 190 kilowatts. That should add about 76 miles in 10 minutes. Cadillac doesn't have one of those 10 to 80% numbers that we see from a lot of other automakers, but I'll tell you that 190 kilowatts is good, not class leading in any respect. There are some vehicles that charge a little faster than this. Now, another thing that I unfortunately can't show you in this video because we're driving an early pre-production model where the feature is not active is Cadillac's Super Cruise technology. So on a marked divided highway, you can drive this car completely hands-free. And I did just experience the latest version of Super Cruise when I drove the Cadillac Escalade V. Be sure to check out that video. And it is one of the best, actually I'm gonna go ahead and say it, it is the best semi-autonomous driving technology that I have used. It can move you over into the left lane when slower traffic is in front of you and then move you back after you've passed the slower car. It works phenomenally, better than a lot of human drivers. So I'm very happy with the Lyriq. I'm not blown away by the driving experience, but I don't think that that's what Cadillac was going for. Cadillac was going for a very smooth, very usable experience that isn't completely jarring to somebody who's a first-time EV owner, but would be very comfortable and very Cadillac-like in its driving demeanor. And to that effect, I think that Cadillac really nailed it, and I think that the Lyriq is a lot of car for the money. All right, so that was the 2023 Cadillac Lyriq. Let me know what you thought about this all-new electric SUV in the comments section. Pricing starts at $62,990. That's going to get you that 340 horsepower rear-wheel drive version that we drove in this video. For just $2,000 more, you're going to be able to get an all-wheel drive version that's going to up the power to 500 horsepower. Now, I haven't driven that model, and we don't know what it's going to do to the range, but for $2,000 to get all-wheel drive and that much of a power increase, I think that is the way that I would go. But I really like the Lyriq. I think you're getting a lot of car for the money. I think the styling is going to catch a lot of people's eyes, and you're gonna have something that's a little bit different than your neighbor's Tesla. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell to be alerted of our latest videos. I'll see you next time.